Hello guys and gals, it is I, the Monster, and today we're reviewing Dragon's Dogma 2, baby, yeah! I am so excited that I finally get to talk about Dragon's Dogma on this channel, man. It's crazy. The original Dragon's Dogma game came out 12 years ago. This is the first game since, and I have never really been able to talk about it on here. You've seen a little bit of this on social media if you've been following me. I am obsessed with the original pulling out Dragon's Dogma. I picked this game up, man, oh man, 12 years ago or so, and I just remember like getting completely lost and entranced in this game. It was at such an interesting point in time in my life. I wasn't making a lot of money. I got this off of eBay, and I was just like coming home late, and it was like a combination of being by myself and in the dark and playing this game and just kind of getting encapsulated in this weird fantasy hybrid world. There was just nothing like it. To me, this is such an interesting experience. And in my opinion, it became a modern cult classic. So, I pre-ordered this game. I got the steelbook with it. I'm not like a steelbook collector, but I thought this steelbook in particular was really cool. It's a map, I think. Picture of the map. Yep. And here's the thing. But this is, like I said, the first game in 12 years. We've gotten multiple re-releases of the original Dragon's Dogma. Dark Arisen, which I have on the Switch, the PS4, and I also have it on Steam. This is a re-release with all the DLC. I think they enhanced a little bit of the graphics. I don't think they did much of the performance stuff. But I love this game so friggin' much, man. And this game, man, it really, in my opinion, it delivers. This is basically the first game redone in an alternate universe with just updates and improvements across the board. So, like, if you were somebody that was completely like, I don't know what the hell Dragon's Dogma is, this is such an amazing jumping point. I'm telling everybody to check this game out, right? And I think that the whole story of this series is crazy to me because it didn't sell well when it first came out. It sold well after it came out, and people were like talking about it, and they're like, yo, there's something here. This game is really cool. It's funny because I showed you I have my PS3 copy, and I was like, dude, this game rules. Like, play it. So, here we are. 2024, we got Dragon's Dogma 2, Hideki Itsuno, the creator, producer guy of all of these games. He worked on Devil May Cry, Power Stone, God, I miss Power Stone. Rival Schools is finally back doing this, and how is it? What's going on with this game? So it's still got this interesting blend of, like, Japanese action roleplay, RPG, I don't know, I just said roleplay, what the hell am I saying? Combat, you're climbing the monsters, you're breaking their limbs, you're beating them up, but you're also in like this medieval, very Western-inspired world, and the original game was very, very quirky and weird. And this game is a bit more serious in tone, and the way it's delivering the story, and some people may not be happy about that. There are good things about that decision, personally, but there's also some, like, I do miss some of the weirder things going on. I think what's really cool is, like, so I was saying they took the structure of the first game and they revamped it, right? So, like, for instance, in the game, you are the Arisen. You are taken by the dragon, and the dragon rips your heart out, and now you are, like, this chosen one, and you guys are basically bound to a contract, right? So if you... the dragon, I should also say, is like a kind of not a good or bad character. He's just like this omnipresent, almost like a god entity, and you're in basically a contract with him. If you kill him, he goes away, but if he kills you, it's like you're just bound to him. It's just a constant cycle. There's people that have survived him, people that have been scorned by him, and so since this is an alternate universe take, they've kind of changed it a little, it seems like, if you follow the story. So, in this game, you would pick a class, a vocation, if you will. In the original game, the vocations were, I believe it was, and I might get this wrong, it was fighter, thief, and mage. And now in this one, I believe they start with you with a fighter, a thief, a mage, and an archer. Again, correct me in the comments, I'm notorious for this, I understand. But they had advanced vocations, so you would keep progressing vocations, maxing out the skills, and you would collect perks, and you could take the perks, and the perks would transfer over to other classes. And so it was always fun to kind of like figure out what you wanted to do. My favorite class in that game was the Mystic Knight. We'll get to that. He's not back. The class is not back in this game. However, there's 3 new vocations. There's Warfarer, there's Trickster, and the one that I did pick, which was Mystic Spearhand. The Mystic Spearhand is awesome, dude. I don't know. It's just such a weird class. It's got bubbles, and it's got all these weird like jumps and like grabs, and you could do like a stamina thing. It's such an odd thing, but I'm losing track here. So, anyways, there's all these different classes. You're following along in this story. You're the Arisen. And there's some weird thing going on where you're finding out that you're the real Arisen and there's a fake one now, and there's a lot of politicking and a lot of backward stuff going on with the royalty, and that's kind of the general gist of the story. I don't really know if there's a way to spoil the story, but I mean, you're gonna fight the damn dragon, right? It's in the title, so you already know where it's going. I think the story is fine. I think that like I said, it's very serious. I do miss some of the quirky, weird stuff. But I think it's good, man. Like, it keeps you going. The quest system in this game follows the first game, where there's no real markers. You would look on your map as indicators, or you'd have to read things or talk to people, and you would more or less solve the quests. And, you know, it's kind of hit or miss for some people. I think that this game really, really, really wants you to interact. They want you to talk to all the NPCs. They want you to jump into the towns. They want you to explore things on the map. And you're constantly being rewarded for it. You're constantly getting new quests. You're constantly learning little tips. You're constantly finding treasures. It's like, it just keeps going and going, man. It never ends. Actually, it's kind of like when I just recently reviewed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's kind of like that. It rewards exploration. Except the NPC stuff is like on a completely different thing. It's on a different scale. It's just a different kind of game, right? But I will say this, though. There is one thing that is a little troublesome with the quest stuff, is that it is a little hard to figure out if you're on a main story quest or if you're on something else. There's timed quests, but those are kind of obvious, but the main ones are usually with the main characters. But at some point in the game, it gets a little ambiguous where you're going to go. So I do kind of wish they would kind of clarify that a little better to the player. I can't lie about that. And I also think that it's cool that they took this quest that was in the first game called the Secret Tokens, and I feel like nobody did it, and they were just hiding tokens around the game, and then you would just cash them in, and you would get, like, experience for them. In this one, they're literally everywhere, and they want you to find them, and they will reward you at a vocation vendor where you can change your vocations and your skills and everything, and you will literally get rewarded for it based on how many you have. The pawn system is back in this game. It's a lot better than the first game, but it's also some similarities. The pawns are basically these characters that follow the Arisen, mindlessly kind of-ish, not really. There's a whole storyline for them. And some people love them and some people hate them. There's like some real undertones going on with the pawn system. But you make your pawn, you make your character, you make a main pawn, and the main pawn is whatever class, whatever you want it to be, and they follow you. And then you would download 2 more characters, 2 more pawns, and they will complete your party depending on what you want. And what's cool about it is it's the same as the first game. You go up to a Riftstone and you can transfer your character, your pawn's information to the online stuff, and basically someone could download you. The game wants you to constantly stay at inns, go to sleep, do that kind of stuff, because what's going to happen is it's going to tell you whether or not your pawn got downloaded by people, and you'll get rewards for it. You get thumbs up, you get hearts. Like, there's just a lot more of a better setup in this game than the first game. The first game, though, had comments were brutal. You could be like, yeah, no, this pawn sucks, dude. But now it's kind of like they could just not give you anything, or they could, a lot of people will give you a rotten meat. I'll post my pawn in here for why not. I'll just do it, and then that way, if you guys want to download her, you can. She's a fighter. I turned her into just a straight up main tank, which I thought was very useful. So that's back. That's all improved. The zones in this game are incredible. They're using the RE engine, and like, dude, it is just like, I'm literally my jaw is dropping. I played Dark Arisen again this year just to get back into it, beat it again, do the whole thing. Admittedly, I can't beat the DLC. Go ahead and criticize me. It's very hard. But I love it. I beat the game. And the difference to me is night and day. I'm sorry. The graphic leap is like the 12 years or so waiting for this. I was just like, holy shit, dude. Like, it looks real now. It's so cool. I mean, I don't know, man. The characters. There's also, I want to mention this before I forget. There's a new race in this game called the Beastren. So you don't just make humans or weirdo characters like orcs. You can make funky stuff. You can make a Beastren now, which are basically like lion cat people, and they're cool, man, because they're actually like a different group of. They're a whole different community of people. Nation, I guess, a nation of people, and there's different philosophies, but they're so ingrained in the history. Like the human city is called Vernworth, and there's like all of this talk about how the Beastren were actually in Vernworth before the humans were, like in that zone years and years ago. So there's all this lore, and it's very interesting when you start picking up the pieces to it, and there is a payoff to it, in my opinion at least. I also wanted to talk about the all the stuff that's going on with the controversy. There's everybody's been talking about performance issues and microtransactions. So I'm just gonna give my 2 cents on it. I'm not an expert or anything, right? So the first Dragon's Dogma, I'm pulling them all out if I can do it. These games ran at 30 FPS, 30 frames per second. On PC, obviously, you could do whatever the hell you want and go way past that, right? And for the most part, it was fine. I had no issue with it. I mean, especially for its time, I thought it was great. Now, here we are, 2024. This game is at 30. I won't lie to you. There is a little bit of chugging sometimes in some zones, especially with a lot of humans and people and beasts running around. There is some chugging. But for the most part, if it doesn't bother you because it's a single-player game, I mean, it's fine. I would love to see a 60 FPS patch. I'd love to see them boost it and improve it, of course. And I hope they do. And they're listening to feedback and they're taking in things. So you never know. But that's the thing. And the microtransaction drama, which was that they found there was a shop that got released of merchandise that you could, in-game items, not merchandise, in-game items that you could buy with real money. And it caused a lot of stir because it was the day of launch. And I get it. And I totally understand it. And it's crappy. To me, it was a business decision. Because in the first, literal hour, 2 hours of the game, literally the first cave you go into by a waterfall, you find wake stone shards. Wake stone shards create wake stones, which can resurrect your character from dying, or any character in the game, really. If any NPC dies in this game, you could bring them back too. They'll die permanently, but you can bring them back. But yeah, so there's that. There's port crystals, which are teleport crystals. That's just being sold, but you can get it in the game. It's not they're not forcing you to buy it. So again, just want to put my 2 cents out there. I'm not an expert. I think it's crappy. I agree. I totally agree. But again, you could go around and just play the damn game. That's all I'm saying. So don't get mad at me. And also, I want to talk about this since we're on the subject. So the port crystal thing in this game is so strange to me. So in the first game, they really wanted to emphasize the idea that you're always walking and you're exploring and you're in this map and you're in this world and they don't want you to feel like you're just jumping around, right? But by the end of that game, if you do most of the side stuff, side quests and all that, you're ending up with 6 or 7 port crystals to put anywhere in the game and fast travel. And the major cities and the first town in that game have port crystals. So the important zones have their own port crystals. So by the end of the game, you're like, okay, this is fair. I could deal with this. Dude, in this game, by the end of this game, I had literally 3 crystals. One is in the main city, Vernworth. One is in Harf Village, which is a random village offshoot on the side of that, which you go back to a couple times. And then the third one I got from a main quest, and that was it. There's one you could get in a shop, I think, in the game. Calm down. In the game, you buy it with crystals. And then there's one you could get through an elf quest, which I didn't do, admittedly, and I'm probably going to go back and do it. But, it's weird to me because there's 2 main cities in this game. There's Vernworth and Bakhbatal. And Bakhbatal takes, I'm not even kidding, 2 hours to get to. And there's no port crystal there. It's such a massive oversight. So, I put my port crystal in a town before it like an idiot, not knowing this. So, I had to go all the way back, and it was a whole thing, and I put the crystal in Bakhbatal. But the point is stuff like that needs to be looked at. I'm just going to keep it real. I respect their decision to make it all about exploration. I love it. But man, oh man, dude, at some point in that game, you need that fast travel a little bit. There's no mounts, which I would love to see mounts. I'll probably say this again, but I would love to see a mount in this game. So yeah, I just wanted to say the port crystal situation in this game is very strange, dude. I'm sorry. I mean, again, this game is way older, and it's like, dude, this was like a lot more. Here you go, dude. And that map was pretty sizable too, might I add. So, I don't know, a little strange, a little weird. Some of the quests are like very odd in this game, like some of the side quests. There's one quest where you follow a beggar, like a town, like a Vernworth beggar, and you're just sitting there waiting for him to get a drink, and then he's perusing around, and then you finally figure out what's going on with him, but it takes forever. There's a quest where you gotta help this kid get out of jail, but like the guy the jail owner wants more money to negotiate, and then he doesn't get out of the jail sometimes, and there's some stuff that's a little like, I don't know what they were thinking. I kind of hope that they tune that stuff out. If not, if they don't tune it, it is what it is. It's in the game. I mean, it's all stuff you could do. It's just very, you're sitting there and you're like, dude, really? Like, the first game wasn't perfect. There was a lot of, like, kill 10 of these, kill 10 of that, kill 20 of these, kill 40 of these. But at least you could just do it over time if you wanted to. So that's the stuff that's kind of annoying. The only other, like, main issue I really have with this game is, like, as amazing as the monsters are in this game, there's a lot more goblins. You still fight griffins, you still fight chimeras, you still fight ogres. There's actually, like, I think 2 different types of ogres now. You fight your cyclopses, your drakes, you fight that stuff, harpies, humans, thieves, that stuff. For the variety, how amazing they look, how much the battles are, like, so intense now, and you can really see them getting hurt and scarred up and stuff. Unfortunately, you do fight a lot of the same stuff. You fight a lot of goblins, a lot of different goblins, like different types. You fight a lot of humans, and you fight a lot of saurians, aka lizard men. So, if that doesn't bother you, you'll be fine. The game is, like I said, the game is awesome. It's an awesome game, but I wanted to be honest in this review and tell you that, yes, you're going to be fighting a lot of those dudes over and over again. It's just the nature of the beast. Exploring the map is so much fun. It's just so, like for me personally, I get locked in, man. I just have fun leveling up my skills and my abilities and picking up on all these little secrets and killing the monsters, and I just have such a fun time exploring. But yeah, that's really it. I love this game. I thought it was such a... I don't even know what the word is. I'm just so happy that we finally got a sequel, and like people are paying attention to it. It sold like over 2 million copies or something, and finally people are gonna look at Dragon's Dogma, and I hope that we keep going and there's more content and there's more games, and I just want more. Just keep it going, man. Give me all that Dragon's Dogma goodness. Again, nothing's perfect, but for me, this is like one of the best games of the entire year. Like, RPG fans right now, we are eating good, dude. The only thing I want to say for DLC, and I said it before, is I would love mounts. Can I get a horse? Can I get a rhino? What the hell am I saying? A rhino? Can I get a bear? I want mounts. And if they can bring back the Mystic Knight so I can break the game with elemental orbs. Just look it up. You will literally break the game. It's awesome. I would be so happy. So, overall, great game across the board. I'm so damn happy that this exists. I'm so happy that I finally get to talk about Dragon's Dogma on this damn channel. Holy crap, it has taken a long time. And I really hope y'all check it out, man. This game slaps, as the kids would say. And that's it, guys. Take it easy. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. It's not lost on me. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Tell me what you think. What are you playing right now? Are you interested in this game? And tell me straight up, real talk. Go look up a picture of the dragon in this game and tell me he's not a top 5 gaming dragon of all time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying. All right. Will I get this in the shot this time? I don't know. Peace out, everybody. Dragon's Dogma. Play this stuff. Yeah. There you go. I got it.